Hi there, I'm Jenna, aka Jen's Pens, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going through my Philippines travel journal. It's been 11 months since my trip, and it's taken me 11 months to finish off this insert. I have no excuses other than it's been a really busy year, but I digress, and I did a couple of things to help me memorize and fill up my insert. If you're interested to see what I packed for this insert, please visit this video, which is my travel journal kit and what did I end up using. And if you're interested in my Japan journal, hit here to watch as well. For this journal, I used the Traveler's Airlines insert and cover, and I think it adds such a lovely vacation charm. I decorated it with stickers, scribe, little stickers I picked up from the stalls, and just adds a little charm from little mementos and from our trip. I kept lots of ephemera from this trip as well, and this trip was a family trip alongside just a nice break from being at work. So I'm really glad I went. Just before we go in deep inside, I'm going to say that I will be censoring some of the pages or some of the content, and I will also be skipping some pages due to privacy reasons. I don't want to show some of my family members or my fiance's family members' faces. So thank you for your understanding, and let's get into the tour. Inside the first cover, I always put the date that I started the journal and the date that I finished the journal. So very long time. The first page always includes the defining photo of the trip and our itinerary. I like to put the dates and then the main activity or main location we were at. And it kind of acts like a table of contents, kind of, to show what to expect for this insert. On our first day, we left Sydney and we went to the international airport. I got a really cute perfume from my fiance's parents, and we packed up and sailed for the Philippines. We flew with Philippine Airlines, and there was no hiccups at all about it. On the plane, we didn't have onboard entertainment, so I spent a lot of time doing some journaling and reflecting of my 2023 year, and I really loved just how zen it felt. When we arrived to the Philippines, we had to fill in a customs declaration form, and we were picked up from my aunt and uncle, and they brought a huge van and another vehicle, and we stacked all 8 pieces of our luggage on top of the van. We had Jollibee for dinner, which was amazing. It was smaller than I remembered, but it tasted like home. Then we checked into our hotel and into our Airbnb, and then we just knocked out. The second day was Christmas Eve, and we had breakfast at Denny's. We were staying in BGC in one of the Airbnbs in the area. We walked around Uptown Mall. It was dead quiet, and we decided to take a grab all the way to Market, where we got ourselves some SIM cards, and we had a little spa day just to get ourselves settled in and relax. Yeah, just relax and getting ready for the rest of the trip. Then my sister and I, after Market, we took the bus back up to Uptown, and my sister and I, we decided to go to Mitsukoshi Mall, where I discovered Kinokuniya and also an analog shop, and I bought a couple of small travelers things there. I was so excited to see a stationery shop. My sister pointed out to me first. Then we went to dinner with my dad's side of the family at my uncle's house, and we had a little reunion. We unpacked the balikbayan / gift boxes that we had sent there a couple months before. Here is my family's dogs, and here's my cousin enjoying her Doc Martens. And we'll just had a fun time celebrating like cute family moments, getting to know each other again. And my cousin bought me some of Abby C's zines and washi and little goods from the PaperCon convention last year, and I'm so grateful for her. She got me the passport, and she got me some washi from Deco Art Manila and such. Her name, Instagram, and bluesky, I'll drop it down here. Look at her stickers. She gave me these. I'm so amazed by her art, and she's always been inspiring me, so please give her a follow. Then we just went back home after that, and we knocked out. I think my fiance and I were watching Remembering Chef Chico. It was kind of like the Bear but Philippines version. On Christmas, we had a delicious breakfast at Wildflower Cafe / Bakery, and then we took a grab all the way to my uncle's again, where we picked up the car and we made our way to Alabang, where we met my mom's side of the family. My sister Carl and I and my cousins, we went to a mall in the area. So I think, yeah, being back there was such a throwback to how I used to spend my summers and such. We went to Evia Mall, where we explored, just talked, caught up, and it's wild being old and seeing this amazing, like, experiencing these moments of memories and nostalgia with each other. Then we drove all the way back to Baranake, where my dad's side of the family decided to have some games, and we did some fun little games, and there's a photo from one of those moments, and we took some photos and exchanged some gifts. My fiance gifted me a Pilot Custom 83, and I got him some climbing, some bouldering sessions, and a shirt, so he was really stoked. Next day we to have coffee, and then we went to a cemetery to visit my fiance's aunt. So this was a really lovely and sentimental place, and I'm really grateful that I got a chance to meet them. I'm gonna skip the next couple of pages because these pages are with my fiance's family, but I will show this last page, which is us saying goodbye to my fiance's grandma and her place, and it was really hard to say goodbye and seen her in so long, and I really wish that we could have taken her back to Australia. The next day we went to Green Hills and did some shopping. I did a little bit more shopping for clothes. Green Hills didn't really buy much from the Changi area, which is like the market area. I bought more from the newer mall, and I got some stuff for my phone changed. I went to Scribe. I bought some Troublemaker inks, which excited me, and then but the Scribe I went to was in SM Aura, which I ran into completely randomly, and I was so excited to see. We had dinner at Yabu, and then we called it a night. The next day, my fiance and I took my younger cousin Franco to Boulder Hive, where we taught him how to boulder. Interestingly enough, we met some Aussies here, and that was really fun. I really loved the vibe of this gym. It was very small, and although I couldn't climb much, I really loved it. We had some ramen at Ramen Kurdo, and then we went to SM Mega Mall, and yeah, I think we saw Marianne Rivera and Ding Dong Dantes there, which was kind of crazy. So they are two celebrities. Then we packed up our stuff because we were finishing up the Airbnb, go to my mom's village, and for the next day. And the next day we woke up at 2 a.m. and we drove all the way from Manila to Paita in Laguna, and we got to see my grandma. It's really hard to see her so old and so frail when I just remember her being strong and everything. We visited Paita, which is my hometown where I was baptized and I lived in for the first 2 years or so. We took my fiance on a tour, stayed at an Airbnb as well, and we watched I think we watched some stuff too on that day, and yeah, just spent some time with family. It was New Year's, and honestly, like, we needed this after a couple of days of mall surfing. The next day we spent some time with my mom's side of the family, and this spread has some baby photos, so I'm just going to cover that up. But it was so lovely to see all the babies. So weird being an aunt. We packed up our stuff that evening too, because we had to wake up at 2 a.m. to take the van all the way back to Manila and to take a flight to Cebu for our 3 to 4 day stint in Cebu and Bohol. So when we arrived in Cebu, we had a city tour around the city, and we went to the Temple of Lea, and we also had lunch at Kui's Lechon. And the Temple of Lea was really beautiful. They were playing some live music in the back, and we went on a tour around to see a couple of the churches, a couple of the statues, and we checked into our hotel as well. We had a late lunch at the House of Lechon, and that was amazing. Then we just went to sleep, I think. Yeah, we had dinner at Aeon ni Garindera, and then we went to sleep. Essentially, we were really tired from flying in, and that was such a long day. But the next day was even longer. We went to Oslob, a couple of us who were feeling well. I think we had around 14 people. We had 2 vans, and we had to basically wake up at 2 a.m. again. So 2 a.m. again to take a 2-hour drive all the way to Oslo, and we had to line up at 3 a.m. The group of us, I think the group of 12 of us, we lined up to meet the whale sharks, and we swam with some whale sharks. It was an amazing experience, and we were so close to the whale shark, and I think I accidentally kicked it in the face. Unfortunately, because they swam so close to us. But I'm really grateful and really blessed to have seen that amazing moment. Then we took a ute all the way to a restaurant where we recharged before we went on a little boating experience to Sinilon Island. And our tourist guide, he did like a really fun video, a human drone moment where he zoomed in and zoomed out. And this is one of the stills from that clip of all of us on the island, and we just swam. I can't believe it was 12 p.m. that when we swam here. I feel like this was like 3 days in one. Then we drove all the way to Siargao after washing up. We had some lunch. The family of us were finally ready to feast, and then we went back to Cebu after getting some pasalubong / souvenirs from one of the markets, and then we had dinner at some gyupsal. The next day we said farewell to Cebu, and we took the ferry from Cebu. I wasn't really feeling well this day, but I took a nap on the ferry, and we went all the way to Bohol. So that was like, I think 2 hours long, 2-hour trip to Bohol. I think I took a huge nap. When we got to Bohol, we were loaded up in 2 vans again, and then we went to Lubbock River, where we had a river cruise, and this was really great because there was some live music, there was some entertainment with the local people dancing to Niklin, and it was like a buffet on the cruise, so you could see there's some food here, and just cruise down it and enjoy the wonderful sights. Yeah, here's a cute sticker that I picked up, and there were multiple river cruises looping around. It was a really beautiful tour. Then we took our vans all the way to Enchanted Bohol Zoo, where my mom tripped over, unfortunately, so she couldn't enjoy it. But we went around anyway. I got to see a cute tarsier, got to hold a sugar glider, which we have here in Australia, and we got to hold a python, which was scary, but it was awesome. Tarsiers are really interesting monkeys. They're like only yay tall, but their tails are like double or triple their length, and that's how big that they actually get. So do you see how tiny it is? We loaded ourselves up to Pilar Man-Made Forest, where a whole bunch of us just took pictures. All of those trees were planted by the locals. I think it reminded me a lot of Arashiyama bamboo forest from my time back in Japan in April. The van ride was really fun. Got to spend a lot of fun times just catching up with my cousins, sharing stories and such, so I really loved that. We did an ATV tour around Chocolate Hills, and we basically rode these buggies around because we didn't want to go up to the peak of Chocolate Hills because it was too hot at this time. Yeah, the tour around the little buggy tour was really fun because everyone just got their own bike, and even my mom, whose ankle was sprained, she still managed to drive in like one of the little car buggies, which was really really fun, and I'm glad she got to experience it. Here we are at Chocolate Hills. Not so chocolate, not so Hershey Kisses or anything, but it's still beautiful. And then we had like a 3-hour drive from Chocolate Hills all the way to our hotel resort in Bang Lao, where I spent the evening just catching up with my cousins, which was amazing. Hearing family lore, etc. I think that was the highlight of my evening. The next day we had to say farewell to Bohol, to Bang Lao, Bohol, but before that, my cousins and I woke up really early. Ironically enough, it wasn't as early as 2 a.m., probably around 7 or 8. We had breakfast, and then we went to Alona Beach, where we just swam for like an hour, and then we went back, swam at the resort, and tried to enjoy the most out of it before we had to check out around 11. We had lunch at Gerarda's family restaurant, where my favorite meal were the fried baby crabs. We were super hungry from all the swimming and all the packing and such. Then we went to Moato Strip at Dolce Beach, and my fiance got me this really cute bracelet with the flower pressed inside. And here's a photo of me and my dad. And a little piece of ephemera from the packaging of this bracelet. We went to South Farm, a place with lots of farm animals and amazing little creatures. We petted some bunnies, and we just had a stroll because we were essentially just killing time before our flight that evening. We then took a flight all the way back to Manila, and it was then my partner and I's last day. We arrived at our Airbnb in the late hours of the night. I think it was like 12 something a.m. or 10 p.m. when we arrived. Our Airbnb had a fun arcade thing, which was really awesome. And we just basically had to pack up and get ready for the next day. Luckily, our flight was in the evening, and so the next day my partner, my sisters and I, we went to BGC. We went to the strip mall, Uptown Mall, and we walked around to see all the luxury shops like Gentle Monster and such. We went to visit Cafe Arabica, which really reminded me of Japan again, and we had Shake Shack for lunch. I went to Muji. I picked up a couple bits and bobs of more stationery, and this was my final haul. Tour of that, again, link is down below, of what I brought back. And then we had to say goodbye. I couldn't say goodbye to my extended family that I went to on that trip to Bohol and such with. So I had a farewell dinner with my immediate family, and then my fiance and I packed up our goodies. We packed some stuff for my family too, and we left with 5 bags ourselves. Luckily, we just made the cutoff for the wait. So we got to check in at Naya Terminal 1, and I was really sad that we were going to leave because we missed out on a couple of fun family events after as well. But I think that this trip was really lovely, and we're going to be back again soon anyway, this coming December, so I'll need another round 2 of this insert where I'm going to be going to my friend's wedding. Here is the final spread, and we were saying goodbye to Manila. We had in-flight entertainment and we were knocked out, and I have to say, like, this final spread are some miscellaneous little memories of the trip, some things that we did, and some miscellaneous photos. Some memories including finding a 9 Degrees sticker, which is a local climbing gym in Sydney, in the bouldering gym, photos with my nephew and such, yeah. But here is also a photo of my dogs that I was really excited to get back to when I get back home, and some little pieces of ephemera from Christmas from my parents and my partner. But that is my tour of my Philippines trip. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you had a cozy time and found pockets of inspiration for your own travel journal. If you want to see more of me online, you can find me at Jen's Pens on Instagram, and I'm a little bit more active there, so if you are interested in giving me recommendations for where should I go next trip, let me know. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.